favorite radio superstars. Fire Fridays. Tune in and start your radio
program
weekend with Fire Fridays, 6 to 9 on Power 102. Empowering you.
Broadcasting from 80 to 90 Abercrombie Street in Port of Spain, this is Power 102 FM and streaming live on power102fm.com. Sexplosion is on Power 102 and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. Your largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Special good evening to you. Special thanks as always to 9 Miles International. Well, taking your time, it's now 8 minutes after 9 o'clock, and we do welcome you to Trinidad and Tobago #1 nighttime program when it comes to sex education. Sexplosion on Power 102 FM with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine, where he do treats on sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. And a very special good evening to you, my brother. How are you today?
Pleasant good evening to you. Pleasant good evening to you all on Facebook.
You know, it would work much better if you do turn on.
It's on.
It's on.
Check.
Try again.
It's on. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I'm not getting anything yet from you.
Did you check the right mic? It's mic 3.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Try again. Let me see.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try this. Bye. This is. Try this one. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We are on track.
Well, that means to say this mic has been disconnected. Your connection.
Okay. Yes.
So you have to check your connection, my friend. Yeah. So good evening to you all on Facebook. Now we have some teething problems, and I'll tell you what the teething problems are about. This is my first night here at Power 102 Studios with our new refurbished studios. You see there's nothing in the background. Behind Junior there's no Power 102 sign. Everything here has changed. Where is my lights that lights up when there's calls coming? Nothing like that. So you will have to test the telephone system. You can start doing that now because we're taking calls now. So you can test the telephone system because I have no idea. I don't see anything here anymore. I don't see anything what's happening, Junior. I have no idea.
No, but I have
but I have no idea how they're going to hear when calls come through. How are they going to hear? There's no that works.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I hope so.
No, it works.
No, I hope they could hear it from here, the distance.
The distance.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, folks, we have a bit of a teething problem, but
By this time next
but by
week,
next week we'll have everything up and running. Of
Because-
course, I apologize for not being here yesterday. Mood lighting, Julia?
Yeah.
Why those?
No, but I'm getting back to as far as where the Facebook listeners. I know you.
Uh-huh.
I know you're gonna bring a box next week.
I don't need a box.
No, but
I don't need a box.
No,
Look,
no.
look, but look at where we are.
no, for them to get the volume now.
Oh, that. Yeah, but they want to see you too, Junior. They want to see the interaction. They want to see what's going on. That's what they want to see. Of course, for those of you on Instagram, I apologize. I can't do what I'm doing for Facebook because Instagram seems to go in and out at times, and I have to reconnect and reconnect and reconnect ever so often. So I need my Instagram close to me. Good evening to Puran, Marissa, Robin, Gail, Anil, Balchan, Shirina, Naim, Margaret. Oh, I haven't heard from Margaret for a long time. Sarah, Christopher, Alison. Oh, my good friend Alison. Alison, how are you? I haven't seen you in ages. Narisha, my good buddy Davis Emil from high school. Let's leave it there. Yeah, Chris, Petra, Joselle, Ravi, Stephen, of course the Alexander family out in Rio Claro, Videsh, Mala, Kimberly, and Derek, Stefan, Hardale. And on Instagram we have a few persons on, Dolari, Asif, I guess I don't know what that name is, so I'm not going to attempt to say it. Yeah, so we did our new studios, and we do have some. Yeah, I'm asking, what are those for? Mood lightings? What are those for? Emergency lighting?
No, no.
Have you found the switch for it? Why do you have a cookie room inside here?
No. Okay, I now see what happened here.
What happened here? Oh.
Maybe 9 miles wanted to get
Oh,
romantic.
mood. That's why I'm asking him. Mood lighting. He created that mood of. You gotta put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you should because it's kind of disturbing me right now. So, folks, let's see. Yes, better. Now you can see me?
Yes.
You can see me clearly now?
Yeah.
All the time I felt I was in the dark.
As a matter of fact, we was in the dark.
Sunita is also on. Junior, on my way here, I was chatting with, I always make some phone calls and whatnot. Sometimes I ask people, give me an idea, and somebody gave me an idea for a program, but I don't think I want to go there. They wanted to talk about sugar daddy and other things like that.
Sure.
But a lot of, sometimes a sugar daddy could turn out to be a salt daddy, so you have to be very careful.
Yes, you have to be careful with
Yes, there are so many negativities out there. There are so many things that could happen out there. We have to be careful. Let's put these microphones this way. Let's put this here. Right.
Erectile dysfunction.
Why are you not hearing? I can't understand that. We have to figure it out. But can I hear if a call comes in? Please, someone, could you call the program so I can hear if a call comes in? I want to know if you're going to that speaker. I want to know if you're going to here. I don't know. Have you received calls since you
most
moved
likely
into
we'll
this?
go to this.
But do you hear? You hear it on your headphones?
Oh, yes.
Where do I plug in? Where do I jack in?
Look right below, right there. There's
Where?
right there.
Right
There's a
there.
box. As a steady box too.
This here?
Yeah.
So that's where I jack in?
That's where you jack.
So why didn't you tell me to jack in?
No, but I know you do have a habit of not jacking in.
Yeah, but we have a new studio, well, a refurbished studio, and we're supposed to see if it's working well. I know the powers that be, they're all listening and they want to make sure everything is up and
fantastic.
and
No, everything is up.
working nicely. Like I said, I don't know, I haven't been here for a
This
while.
is the first time that you in.
This is the first time I came in the studio after we have refurbished it. I happened to pass in here on Monday, and I was asked to do a guest appearance over at our sister station, which is 94.1. Of course, my good friend to
Okay,
this.
as a matter of fact, we have a corner.
Yes, let me hear.
Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
I'm not hearing anything. No, I'm not plugging in yet.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, you continue talking.
Please continue to. Right.
Yeah. I just want to recall to get a feed, you know.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that because I'm trying to find the hole here. I found it.
You found it?
Now I'm in the hole. Just now, let's see.
Well, that is great, that is great. Yeah.
Could you drop the levels on my mic, my headphone? Oh, that's. I'm on 6. I'm on 6. Thank you very much.
All right, Dr. Raj.
Appreciate it. You see, that's what I like about my listeners. They are very loyal and they do the right things. And I still, it's killing me. Could you just drop it down? There's no volume control here. That's what I'm asking you. Before we had volume control, so you need to drop mic 6. Is it down on your right hand side here?
Yeah. Mic 6. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, too low, too low. Up, right here. Perfect. Perfect. I should be behind the console there and Julia should be out here because I have to show him what to do. I hope the powers that be don't listen to the next and they say, Junior,
No, well, you all. Well,
there's the door.
No, well, as a matter of fact, in the past, you always show me what to do, right?
I don't know what that is. So my good friend Base asked me to go over and asked me to come over and do a little bit, a tidbit on the this present controversy we have brewing with the sex doll that somebody imported and it was seized by customs and whatnot. Well, of course, you know that is something that is in the court, so we would not be discussing it. But I give my little take on it, and because Base and I, we go way back, we used to do a program together. So I asked him at the end of the program, do you want me to tell him about your doll? And he said, no, not right now. You know, he's really game for things. You know, he's one of those guys.
He's that kind of
You know, Base is always around. But I have to say something. I wonder if Trinidadians really know the meaning of words. Sometimes we're educated, or sometimes we pretend to be educated, but we don't know the meaning, the true meaning of words. And something that upsets me greatly is when somebody referred to me as infamous. If someone is famous, infamous cannot be good. I am not a criminal, I haven't done anything wrong, but because I deal with sex, you'll hear somebody referring to me as infamous Dr. Raj. So I put them in their place right away. The young lady next door used the terminology, and I was very upset about it, and it's something that throws me off, and I don't know if you recall, somebody did use that term in this station right here on this table, and I put that person in their place one time. Infamous is not a word. I am not Dolce. I am not Boise Singh. I am not
Bolan.
Who?
Bolan.
Who Bolan?
Boise Singh and Bolan.
Oh yes. I'm not those infamous guys. They were famous for criminal activity, so they were called infamous. So last night on my flight back to Trinidad, a gentleman turned to me and said, "Are you the infamous Dr. Raj?" And I put him in his place right away in front of everybody, air hostess, everybody. Mr. Ali.
Well, I know you don't stand.
I told him, I said, if you don't know the meaning of the word, don't use it. But because they think that it is an endorsement of you, but it's not. If the opposite of famous is infamous. So you have to be careful of how you use words. So those things is, I see Cyan has joined us. Rosanna, well, we said good night to Sunita. So after Ravi was Sunita, then we have Rosanna. Rosanna is always with us, Rosanna Rodriguez. Cyan, Betty, Ravi, Kavin, Rajesh, Savi, Kimberly says good night. Kim, Rennie, Trish, Ethel. So, yeah, I remember a friend of mine making joke about her sister's name. She says, an old lady name. You know, some names are from the Victorian era.
Yes.
So others will say it's an old lady name. But sometimes those names are nice. You know, names like, I wouldn't call the person's name because
You might get yourself in.
I won't get in trouble. I don't get in trouble for anything. You know, I could say and do anything I want because I am me. And if I have to answer for whatever I say or do, that's so be it. You know that by now. I face the consequences of whatever I do, you know, but I could always defend myself with anything that I do. And that's what you should be as a human being, as a person. You should be able to defend yourself and defend things. And when you work in the now somebody's saying they can't hear audio on Facebook. Is that true? If you're not hearing audio on Facebook, we will have to eliminate Junior. I'm sorry, we'll have to eliminate Junior. And so if you can't hear me on Facebook, I apologize for that. And I'll have to bring the camera nearer, closer, so that you can hear me.
Yeah. Okay, well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a break while you do that. Right?
Yes, so folks, let me know if you can hear me on one person that says I can't hear the audio on Facebook, so let's change that up, please. I'm going to mic one.
Are the problems and destructive anxieties of today tearing you apart? If there was ever a time to readjust your priorities and refocus your vision, it's now. Join Pastor Wayne Sampson on the Vision for Devotional program every Monday
Sing.
from 5:30 to 6
Sing.
a.m. right here on Power 102 FM. Jesus is the only one who can give you peace in the midst of today's storm.
I like it when we have control here.
Well, thank you for staying here with us on Power 2.1 FM Inside Sexplosion with Dr. Raj, the only sexologist in the Caribbean. We'll tell you what we are going to do. We're going to test our lines here now. We're going to open up our lines. For those of you who would like to interact with Dr. Raj, feel free at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. For those of you who would love to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. You're listening to Trinidad and Tobago #1 all around the station when it comes to talking music. Power 102, powerful, accurate, and reliable. Yeah.
So I must say that some persons are hearing us now. The same person who said that they weren't hearing us, they're hearing us now on the Facebook. So thank you very much. I don't have to move it, and I don't have to eliminate you from the broadcast. What you think about long distance relationship and if it does last? It depends on the two individuals involved in a long distance relationship. Long distance relationship can be very challenging because you're not physically there. But now with modern technology, I think it's easier.
Yes.
It's much easier. You can Skype, you can FaceTime, you can Messenger, you can WhatsApp. It doesn't cost you any money. I remember in our days. Should I go there, boy?
Well, nowadays we have to write letters, eh?
No, I was just thinking about something that we did, my good friends and I, and it cost a lot of money.
Well, I know for a fact, I know your friend you're speaking in terms of.
Do you know who?
Yes, I know that individual inside out.
Well, yeah. So, yesterday I met a friend that I went to university with that I didn't see for 36 years.
36.
36 years.
Male or female?
I mean, a guy from Nigeria, Joel. If you're listening, Joel, if you're on, Joel, pleasant good night to you, pleasant good evening. Good buddy of mine. You know, we went to university together. We were always very close. I remember him staying with me for some time, and he took me to the airport when I was coming back home. When I finally finished my studies at university, I think that was the last I ever saw him.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So it
And
was a
after
good
all these
reunion.
years, we just met. And the funny thing about it is that I normally stay at this one particular hotel, and he's walking distance from this hotel, and I never knew. And the plaza in which he has his business is exactly where I go every single time I go to Florida. And I told him, I said, I come here every time. I go to the restaurant right next to you. And I didn't know you were right next door. And I said, look how funny life is.
Life is a funny thing.
Yeah, so we're looking for one of our good friends, Lesu Umar Gabay. That name is Lesu Umar Gabay. If anyone out there knows Lesu Umar Gabay,
Yeah.
and you can't miss Lesu Umar Gabay, he has many scars on his face. And he used to tell the girls, I got that from wrestling a lion. And the lion scraped me on my face, and that used to get him a lot of girls.
Yeah.
But he had tribal scars. He came from a tribe in North Nigeria, and he had all these tribal marks on his face. And
Okay.
actually, he was a prince. Prince Umar, Lesu Umar Gabay.
That's like that popular singer Joe.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
African way.
Yeah. It's part of their rituals, and I remember, you know, when the girls used to see him and they saw all these scars on his face and they asked him, where did you get those scars? And he'd say, I wrestled that lion. It was that. Oh yeah, so you know, it's good to have these friends who impacted your lives.
What it always
And
is.
you know, Joel was saying, he said, Raj, of all the persons who we went to university with, you're the only one ever ended up doing what you said you were going to do.
That's
He
fine.
said we always talk about that whenever we meet, because from time to time he listens to me on Facebook and he tells my other friends and whatnot about those things, and they discuss that. They say the only person who stuck to what he said he was going to do is Raj. Well, they never used to call me Raj in those days, but that's not good. Yeah.
You used to call it by your romantic name.
No, they used to call me by an English name because
Because you
Raj
used to-
was short for, no, Raj in American is short for Roger. So they used to
Oh,
call me
okay.
Roger
Yeah.
or Raj. So it's one of those things. So you know when, well, and the reason I'm bringing that up is I was in a long distance relationship for many years, as you know, while I was studying. As a matter of fact, although I made a promise to my fiance, my sweetheart, at a very young age that I'll marry her in 10 years, I broke that promise and I went to her and asked her to get married after 7 years, 6 years. And she said no. She said, no, you don't want to get married now. Don't you want to go and study and qualify and come back and then you'll get married? I said, yeah, but I have everything I want. Well, I thought I had everything I want. I lost focus for a while.
Okay.
And I think I became a little materialistic at that time as opposed to focus on what I wanted to do. And she said, well, here, you go and do your studies and I will be here waiting on you and have no fear.
So you got sidetracked a bit.
I got sidetracked. Something's wrong with my headphones. Yeah, I got sidetracked. Oh, better, much better. Simple thing as left and right, huh? Yeah.
It throws you off.
It throws you off balance. Yeah, so I got sidetracked. I got everything that I wanted from my dad, and he said, "Go ask Charmaine to get married." And when I did, she said, "No, I know you want to go study. Go and study. Do whatever you want to do there, but just leave it here." I said, "I could do whatever I want." She said, "Yeah, that's you. That's not going to change."
That just goes to show that at that particular time, the confidence that she had in you.
Well, that's one of the things I must say, and I always try to maintain that. So that's what I ended up doing, and I stuck to my 10-year plan. I went back to my 10-year plan after 6 years of doing that. I said, wait, let me go back to my 10-year plan and do exactly that. So while in university, I would tell the guys what my plans were. You know, they would always look at me like as though I was crazy, because here I was studying one field and saying I was going to do something totally different, totally not even opposite to what I was studying. And when it comes to sex and sex education, sometimes persons would ask me, well, you know, I find sometimes you go off on a tangent about something or you digress, but you pull it back into the sexual topic. How are you capable of doing that? I say, it's my life history, it's my plan, it's who I am, it's the things that I
Well, it's something that you
were
yourself
involved
into.
in. And not only that, but I was able to focus on who I was and what I wanted to become. And anything I see in society, I look at it in a holistic way. I can find something to tie it back to everyday life and human development. And that's one of the things Joel told me. He said, you know, you always bring in this human development and betterment of self and whatnot. You know, all my friends, I always try to focus on their life in some way and try to enrich their lives. I don't like taking from people. I never was the kind of individual to take. I always give. And I think one of the ways of giving is strengthening individuals and strengthening their resolve and making sure they become a better individual, whether it be their personal life, business life, sex life, or whatever. I give them the best possible advice. I remember my good friend Michael, who we always talk about, Michael Salikram, about 10, 15 years ago, I told him, I said, Mike, if you don't put your house in order, you're going to lose everything. And he keep asking me what you're talking about, and I said, you need to register your company. The Shiv Shakti Dance Group is a brand. And if you don't do that, somebody is going to go out there and register the name, and you're going to lose everything. And he didn't believe me, and after a month, he didn't do it. And I told him, I said, the next time I meet you, if you don't do what you said, what I'm advising you to do, I am going to register the brand, and you're going to lose your dance troupe. and I'm going to do it to you, just to show you that you're not doing the right things. And so happened that he went and registered the name and whatnot, and it became much more successful after that. And he told me, he said, you know, you always gave me that advice, but it's what I do. I remember a friend of mine, very good friend, he sometimes listens to the program, and this is a funny story for who never heard it. One day he was in my office and we were talking about things, life and business and sexuality and everything, and he comes from a very devout family, Christian family, very devout Christian family, and a highly successful business people. And I was giving him some advice on business, but I didn't know I was doing that. And he left my office, and I didn't see him for about 2 years. That was it. But my friendship is in such a way that I don't need to see you in 2 years. When we do see each other, the bond is still there. And then this great gentleman won a gold medal for us at the Olympics. And I was so happy because I was sitting there with another dear friend of mine who's a bishop in another faith, Christian faith. And we looked at it, and when this guy won the gold medal, tears came to our eyes, and I was so happy. And I said, hey, this guy from Togo won a gold medal, and I just wish I could meet him and whatnot. And that was the end of that. And one day I'm in the airport, I just came back from a flight, and I crossed the road and went to the median, and this guy is whistling in my ear. He came up to me and he's whistling a tune in my ear. So I got irritated. And I just brushed it off and I continued walking, and the guy walked up to me and whistled in my ear again. And when I turned around, it was my friend who had left the office. So I said, well, I remember now when Kishon came back to Trinidad, he was there with Kishon. And my wife saw it and she said, isn't that so and so? I said, yes. I said, well, I'm so happy that he's part of it, and I found out that he was Kishon's manager. And he whistled in my ears, and when I turned around, I saw him and we hugged, and I said, so long I haven't seen you. He said, Raj, I have to tell you something. That day you spoke to me at the office, I left your office, I gave up my business, and I started to manage athletes. And here I am, successful today. I said, well, I'm happy to be part of that. I'm blessed.
It always gives you a good feeling that you know you have contributed in some way or the other.
Well, I always, when it's like the first day I saw Lara Bat, and I said, in my mind, I said, he's the greatest. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. He was a young guy, he was a teenager, and I told him, I said, you'll be the greatest in the world. You just need me. And he was like, who's you? And I mean, long story short, we're very good friends to this day. I remember when he scored that century and he dedicated his glove to me and he went, thank you, Raj, for all that you have done for me. People was like, what you do for Lara? So? But he's my friend, and since he was a teenager, and he used to train by me. And there are countless others, and I'm not throwing out names.
I know one for a fact. One person who was under your wings was Darren Charles.
Well, Darren Charles is my son. He's my child.
I know that's your good buddy.
Darren Charles is my child. I took him from nothing and I made him into what he is. And when time for him to go his way, he went his way. And to this day, we are very good friends. We don't have to speak to each other for months, for years. And I could go and stay by Darren home, or Darren could come and stay by my home. We have that connection and bond. But it's the thing that you do. But it's the same thing when you're dealing with sex and sexuality and individuals and whatnot. You must be so forthright in whatever you're doing. You try to make that bond and you try to keep that bond. So when we come back, we'll talk about that bonding.
Definitely. You're listening to Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. The only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image, the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. We're going to take a break and come right back. Stay tuned.
Power 102 FM,
Boom Champions 94
and Vempot
present Think Twice.
Think Twice.
We celebrate life and promote safety on the nation's roads.
Think twice on the roads, in your cars, for our pedestrians and cyclists.
Think twice before you drive. Act and go about your daily lives.
Every life is precious, and we must each do our part to preserve lives on the roads of Trinidad and Tobago.
Think twice.
Every day, we give you life-saving tips and advice on how you can safely use our roads and highways in Trinidad and Tobago. We also invite you to download this safety app, which you can use to share messages and information in your very own private networks between family and friends and co-workers, all to keep each other safer.
Think twice.
Brought to you by the Vehicle Management Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, VEMCOT, in association with Arrival Live and the TTPS, Neil and Massey North Credit Union, the Galette Group of Companies, Agricola Credit Union, and Computers and Controls.
Think twice.
Think twice.
Safety for you and your family.
Think twice.
And a safer Trinidad and Tobago.
Sexplosion is on Power 102, and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj Ramanam, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. Your largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Well, I could tell you that we are giving our listeners what they want and expect from a good radio program when it comes to sex education, exclusively on Power 102 FM. Powerful, accurate, and reliable. Well, for those of you who would love to interact with Dr. Raj, he's sitting right here in studio. Feel free. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Now, for those of you who would love to send him a WhatsApp, you know some of you don't like hearing yourselves on air. Well, you can send your messages on his private mobile 740-1961. I'll remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah.
Oh my God! This is the first time I've ever heard Junior's voice. It's very sexy.
I don't know.
I just really don't know what I hear here, what I see here. Okay, the same person says I look sleepy, but I'm not sleepy.
But don't forget to travel. But you travel.
No, I had a terrible night last night. I traveled back last night. We came in late, and I just didn't get the sleep that I wanted. So I'm not feeling 100%. And somebody's making a threat to me that they'll come and sit opposite me here with their legs open.
I know who's that. Yeah,
And I think when you make a threat, you should follow up on the threat.
Yes. Don't make promises.
No, don't. It's not a promise. It's a threat.
Yeah, but don't make a.
So when you make a threat, act on your threat, man.
Yeah.
Come down here and sit next to me. Sit opposite me with your legs open. Good night, Dr. Raj. What love is all about? It's about sharing, not being selfish. I heard you said that your wife told you to go ahead and study and come back, and she would be right here. How many women are like that? We went to their very well. I don't know about the women of today, and I know about my wife, and I can tell you about that. Zaida says, "Good night, Dr. Raj and Junior. I want to know how to mend a broken heart." Listen to the Bee Gees. How do you mend a broken heart? That's a beautiful song.
Oh yeah.
Right.
One of my favorites as well.
It is one of my favorite. We have similar taste.
Yeah, because you know we love to mend broken hearts, right?
We do?
Yeah. You don't want to leave a broken heart broken.
No, you want to make sure it's fixed, but I'm not too sure if we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we cause broken hearts also, I don't know. Good evening, my big brothers. Locked on from Carlos. I'm sure he's in Tobago.
Yes.
Am I right or am I wrong? Did I win the fridge or something else?
Microwave.
Microwave now, okay. When we're giving away the TV. Somebody says it's not the voice, it's the tongue. Oh my God, Junior. Somebody felt your tongue?
They did.
Woo. Wow.
I wonder.
Wow, somebody felt your tongue to be making a statement like that.
Yeah. I wonder if they're coming down into the studio.
Junior, why? Huh.
What if they're coming in?
Don't let the person get you before me. I'll be jealous. Oh my God. All you do start that. You could come down too, you know. I'm sure you would like the other person, and I'm sure both of you could be sitting there with your legs open, and we'll have a fantastic program.
Definitely. We would not.
I remember a joke, but I wouldn't say it. It would be cruel and unkind. So we were talking about that bonding and that. I see. Let's see. We have my Jennifer is on. Janelle is on.
Okay, we have a call on the
Yes,
line.
let's take that.
Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Where is the G-spot and what exactly is a super vagina?
Okay.
I'm told that I have one.
Ooh, ooh. Can we confirm that? You can't call a program like this and say you have a super vagina.
I don't know if that is true, and I'm
Well-
not told. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing.
Well, wait a minute. You call
That I locked him in.
you call the right program. You have a super vagina. You don't know if you have a super vagina. And Junior and I can tell you if you have a super vagina if you were here. It's easy to tell that.
It's too far.
We're too far. Oh Lord.
Transport.
No transport. We will send transport. Hey, call Uber.
Yeah,
Call,
hey.
call. We have a guy here named Uber. Is that, you know, Uber doesn't work in Trinidad, but we call him Uber. We will send it.
Serious though, eh?
I am. So you think I'm joking? Not because I'm saying something with a smile on my face. It means it's a joke, you know. I want to find out if it's a super. But anyway, let me tell you what is a. I know you said you'll listen off air, and I will explain it to you now.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome. And love and all my way.
Lucky
I
guy,
like
God.
I like that. But
That is on Friday.
a woman with a super is a right thing, like RW. RW have a super vagina. But let's not go there, because if we start to go there, you'll want to know my business. You know, you always want to know my business. Eh? You'll want to know how I know that.
Yes, but definitely.
And there's a wall and there's a barrier. Anyway, let's not digress. When a woman's G-spot is 1 inch into the vagina, at the wall of the vagina, at the top of the roof. Right behind the clitoris is the G-spot. So if you put your finger in the vagina and you curl it upwards, you find the G-spot. You have to. It's like saying, "Come here." You know, you're telling somebody, "Come here."
Yes.
That's what you do. You put your finger inside of the vagina, you curl it up like a hook, and you play with that area. It feels like it's kind of roughish, and the more you play with it, the rougher it gets. It's like the size of a 1 cent. Well, you don't make 1 cent again, so I'll have to say the size of a 10 cents, and it'll grow to the size of a 25 cents. And it's kind of elongated. It feels like a scrubbing board, and it gets harder and more profound as you play with it, and that's the G-spot. A super vagina is a vagina that has the ability to grab onto the penis. And there are some women who are mild super, there are some women who are moderate super, and there are some women who are really, really super, like RW. It locks your penis inside, it can massage your penis. You feel as though you reach a barrication, it's very tight and it grabs and sucks on the penis. And that is the best kind of vagina you could ever come across. It's one of those vagina that can send you to heaven and back.
Yes.
Well, you know, there was a movie called To Hell and Back.
Oh yes, I didn't know.
Audie Murphy. Well, this one is to heaven and back. But when you go to heaven, you won't want to come back.
I'm afraid to ask who is starring.
It will be you, of course. Starring Junior Saldana.
Don't swing that ball in my path.
Starring Junior Saldana and others. Okay, this person wants to have Junior alone. Miss Lady, you will be in so much trouble. And it is. Could I show him your photograph? If you give me permission to show him your photograph, I will. If you don't, I can't show you.
Yes,
But it's a beautiful woman, I'll tell you.
Beautiful.
Extremely beautiful. Beautiful is an understatement.
It's an understatement.
And she's very sexy. But if she has you alone, she's in trouble.
She's that good?
No, I don't know if she's that good. Don't put me there.
No.
I don't know.
No, I'm speaking of.
I don't know anything personally about the woman. I don't know if she's that good.
I'm speaking as far as where looks are concerned.
Oh no, she's beautiful. She's really, really hot.
Oh,
But
okay.
I could tell you, knowing you and your capabilities, she's in trouble. With a capital T.
Okay, what we are going to do is we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
I had just phoned you.
Uh-huh.
Want to explain exactly what happened?
Well,
You know,
I
what it was, that's a slang, you know?
no, well, it is a slang word, super. It's a Trinidad slang word for a tight vagina that grabs
How
on.
would I spell that?
SUPPAP, super.
Oh, I put it in the dictionary.
You could put it in the dictionary and you could put your face next to it. How old are you?
67.
67. You have children?
Mm-hmm.
How many?
3.
Wow. How old is the youngest one?
4-year-old,
How?
7-year-old, and a 35-year-old.
Well, wow. And you have a super. I am so proud of you.
My
I-
husband is shocked. Actually, I don't have a husband. My guy
I'm shocked that you have a
is
super.
shocked that I am like that.
Okay, well, I could tell you about women with superb. I know one person, a friend of mine who had a superb, and you couldn't even insert a finger in it.
Yeah, my bad. You tight him.
Hmm. Well, like I said, we're not taking your word for it. No, well, we're not taking your word for it. We have to find out for
I
ourselves.
am very nervous to make this call, right?
I know you are. That's why I'm trying to make you relax, because we're having fun with you.
Because a couple of months ago, I had called and asked that same question, and you all thought I was joking.
Mm.
I was joking.
I would have answered it, but maybe you missed that. But I don't take that for a joke. I don't take anything sexual for a joke. You know, I'm a jolly person.
Yeah.
If you know my personality, I'm a very jolly person, especially when I'm on radio. I like having fun, because radio could be very boring when you're sitting with Junior
What are you?
and looking at Junior's face. I'm
Scorpio.
a May born,
Okay.
16th of May. So I sit here in the studio.
There are people who would like to get on to you, but those were 2 questions.
No, you could get on to us anytime, you know.
I did put my finger.
And it's stuck.
And I caught
It's it's like the Dutch boy pushing his finger in the dike to stop it from leaking.
Bye-bye, love.
Bye.
Well, folks, taking your time.
So she gave me permission to show you her photograph.
Beautiful, beautiful.
No. I would not describe her as just beautiful. I know her eyes are closed, but come on, Junior, look at that.
You know, she is this type of woman you bounce up in a dream. You don't want them to wake you up at all. You don't even want
Well,
someone
why would you want to bounce up in a dream when you can meet her in real? The woman says she wants to meet you in real.
Definitely, but
And
arrange.
I will make the arrangement for you, and she can always come down to the studio. As a matter of fact, I did invite her to come to the studio. I did. I told her it would be nice if you could come to the studio and spend some time with us. And
That would be great, as a matter of fact.
and she says she's played with her vagina and it grips her finger. Well, what can I say? So
What can you ask of?
what more can you ask of
Beautiful.
from a beautiful woman?
Anyway, folks, taking your time, it's now 11 minutes before 10 o'clock. We are giving our listeners what they want and expect from a good radio program when it comes to sex education. Right here on Power 2.1 FM. Sexologist Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. He treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Now, folks, for those of you who would like to interact with him via the telephone, and you know some of you callers might be afraid because you might hear your name mentioned on your. Well, we don't do that here. If you would love to have your name mentioned, well, we will mention it, but that is not our practice. So for those of you who would like to interact with him via the telephone, feel free. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. For those of you who would like to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 7401961. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM.
When I'm playing with my vagina, I do feel that thing gripping my finger. I was scared because I don't know what that is. Now I know. This program is to educate you. There are a lot of persons out there who feel they know their own body. Lots of women out there, when you ask them, could you describe your vagina, they can't even tell you what it looks like because they're afraid to look at their own vagina. So, Look at your vagina, put your finger in, know what it feels like. Yes, Dr. Raj, good evening. I have a superb vagina. Right now I'm doing it and there's nothing in there. Wait. What do you mean there's nothing in there? You're not feeling anything in there? No, a superb is not a... No, there are different types of vagina.
Yeah.
There are different degree of texture, there's different degree of grip and whatnot. So let's take that call.
Okay, we go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Yes, good evening.
Hey, family.
I did put up on 2 women had same thing there.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that they have the penis starts to be real hard, penetrated.
Yeah, and also not only hard, but sometimes when they're grabbing onto the penis, they can push it out, especially when they're about to have an orgasm.
Yeah.
Because,
If you don't put properly hand, it should right out that.
right,
And,
you know the thing.
One of the slim woman and one of the thick woman.
It doesn't matter the thickness of the woman. I have known very skinny women who have superb.
Yeah.
I have known all kind of women with superb. And yes, you're right. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah, I noticed that the condom,
Mm.
clean.
Yeah, the reservoir. They call it the reservoir.
Right, but I noticed it got that and it wanted to also pull out the condom.
It could pull off a condom. A woman with a super vagina will suck off a condom from your penis. Yes.
Talking about that,
I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I'm telling you to pull off a condom.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, some women they have a double super. The entrance is very tight and moving, and as you enter the vagina and you get into the Y spot, there's like a barrier there. Right, Ria? Yeah. All right.
Thanks a lot.
I mean, I can do it without having sex. Yes, there are some women who can actually grab on without having sex. And I see now, Junior, if I do this and I look there, I see the phone. There's a phone symbol that does something like a dance.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah.
More convenient.
I am getting there, man. I'm learning.
Well,
I am-
anyway, folks,
We're taking a break.
taking our time. It's now 8 minutes before 10 o'clock. Sexplosion, right here on Power 102 FM. Powerful, accurate, and reliable. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back.
This Easter Sunday, April 21st, Queen's Park, Savannah, Port of Spain, the legend, Mark Anthony Myrie, Buju, I Am Legend. Also featuring Luciano, the Messenger.
Yeah, this is Luciano the Messenger, inviting one and all to the big night called I Am Legend.
The Messenger. The most anticipated concert in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. I Am Legend.
Trinidad, come and see the Messenger alive alongside Buju Banton.
Luciano. I Am Legend. Get your tickets now at www.IamLegendConcert.com. All NLCB Lotto booths nationwide through SunTix Express and SurePay Outlets Massey stores. For more info, call the Buju hotline 610-BUJU. That's 610-2858 and 484-BUJU. That's 484-2858. Sponsored by the OCM Group of Companies.
I want to tell you that you are making radio an experience by itself when you are listening to Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM, the Pool of Sex Education in Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Now, for those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone, feel free. Our lines are open, and we are here waiting on your calls. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. Now, remind you once again that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised.
Before I forget, we're having an event on the 30th, which is next week, Saturday, for couples. It's an adult event. Participation is not a must, but you can observe. For those of you who are interested in having some good adult entertainment, simply send me a text message on 7401961, 7401961, and you can get details on that. I haven't advertised it as yet. This is my first advertisement for the event. This is on the 30th. I hope you can make it. So maybe the lady with the super could be there. Maybe the other one who wants to challenge you and say that she wants to spend a little time with you, she will be there.
She will be?
I don't know. I'm asked. I don't know if she will be there.
Okay, I'll tell you.
I'll invite her on your behalf.
I'll tell you what. If she do decide to come,
You coming?
I'll make myself
Available. You're C-U-M-I-G or C-O-M-I-N-G?
Well, it all depends on what.
You'll be coming and then coming.
It all depends on what dictionary you're using.
Kim is on, Rennie is on, Rani is on, Trish, Kevin, Izzy is on. Izzy is on and silent?
Is he?
Izzy hasn't made a comment tonight?
I thought
She has a fever?
I thought she made a comment.
No, Izzy's on and hasn't made a comment yet. Janelle is on, Diane, Imtiaz, Farisha, Natalie, Valini, Simon, Natalie, Indra, Shiraz, Sharon, they're all on. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being on. And again, for those of you who want information on that adult event that is coming up this Saturday, not tomorrow, tomorrow is IPL. Tomorrow is IPL Saturday. Not IPL Saturday, next Saturday. I almost bit my tongue. I have a hot vagina for you. I don't know if it's for me or it's for you.
I think it's for you.
Well, I got it on my phone, so obviously if it came on my phone, it's for me. I have a hot vagina for you. I have a... I can't read that on the air before 10:30. Is it 10:30 yet? No, it's not. It's not 10:30. I can't use that word on radio at that time, at this time. But if it will eat me up, but what can I say? Let it chomp away. Oh my gosh, you're looking so sweet. Okay. My partner gave me some money and asked me to buy Camagra for him. It was such a shock for me because he's always in the gym and am I wrong to be turned off? I am so much shocked, I don't know how to respond. Well, there are a lot of men, although they're in the gym and whatnot, they may have erectile dysfunction. Maybe they're taking enhancement for exercise purposes. They're using drugs. If you're using testosterone and whatnot, sometimes you need to use a booster. So that's why he wants to use a booster for that. So if you're turned off by it, there's nothing I can say or do, but Anna, I can thank you from the bottom of my heart for such a lovely greeting. Oh my God. Anna, what can I say? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, that have to be special.
It is beyond special. I have a problem. I get hard, but from the time I try to end, I get soft. I'm 63 years of age. That's an erectile dysfunction and that could be fixed. Good show. I would love to meet that 62-year-old one with his super. And this is from a female or a male. I don't know who sent that. And please, if you don't send your name from now on, I will not be reading your comments. Send a name. Send a name. And Anna, again, Anna, I don't know how to stop saying thank you. My God. Wow.
I know exactly.
I feel like if I'm in heaven right now.
No, that must have looked. I can use my imagination, but that.
No, this one you have to use imagination. I can't show.
No.
If I show you, it will. This person who says that they would like to meet the super named Junior, so she have two Junior to contend with. I wonder if she could handle two Juniors, boy.
I'm telling you.
Two Juniors is trouble and worries.
Oh, yeah. You bet.
Anna, I can't stop looking. I really can't stop looking. That is, yes.
Great.
It's blessed to be blessed.
No, I always say so.
It is blessed to be blessed.
It's always blessed to be blessed.
And you know my question to you, Anna, is it yes or no?
Mhm.
She knows the question.
Well, I feel it's a yes.
I hope it's a yes.
I have a strange feeling it's a yes.
I hope it's a yes. It cannot be anything but I have my fingers crossed.
Mhm.
The lady, we had that. Okay. I'm not seeing any questions coming in. I'm not hearing any comments. And we're talking
Okay,
about
but-
bonding,
okay,
but
we have a call, though.
there's long distance bonding and there's short distance bonding. So let's take that call. See John there.
Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hi.
I'm one of the super ladies.
Oh Lord.
I'm one of those who are the juniors choose.
If Junior will choose you,
No, I heard somebody who is 62.
oh,
Juniors
no what?
67, and yes, there are more than one offices.
All right. So you're 67.
Mm-hmm.
You're the person who called earlier.
Yeah.
All right. But he said that he's looking for the 62. Well, I'm glad he got mixed up, because this Junior will get everything.
But I'm happy with what I've got right now, and happily, sexually happily.
Well, I'm sure
Let
yes.
them check my next 3 years. I'll be 70 then.
I know somebody who will check you then, I know someone who will check you then, and he would be happy to meet you.
You know what's a wonderful thing?
What?
There's this sort of sex that your partner is coming home, get you all wet and weeping.
And worked up and ready for it. Yes.
You know how some women say, I don't think about sex anymore, you know. We just like brother and sister.
Oh God, that's the worst thing.
Okay,
Your lover and you should never live as brother and sisters.
No.
No. Don't ever put that in your vocabulary. Hi, Dr. Raj. I've been listening to your program ever since you started on radio. Good. Also on TV, always look forward to your program every week. I've learned so much and still learning. Could you please send a name? Please send a name. I like having a name to attach to when someone asks a question. Thank you very much. It's just common courtesy. All right. This person said they want to hear Junior talk more. I think you're making her wet.
Uh-huh.
You could hear Junior talk more if you play with yourself and let us know that you play with yourself, and Junior will gladly tell you what to do, right, Junior?
Definitely.
I think if you can't just get whatever you want in life, you have to give to get.
You have to.
And I believe if a woman tells me something that she wants to do something, I will ask you to do something in return. I'm very blunt about that.
No, what do we feel?
No, I'm very blunt. I'm a very blunt person, and maybe it comes across as crass to some people, but that's who I am. I'm not going to change for anyone. I tell you what I feel. I tell you whatever I don't disrespect you. That's one thing. I don't disrespect women. And as a matter of fact, after a year and a half, someone got me angry. And you know what they told me? After a year and a half, they always wanted to get me angry because that turns them on.
Well, it just goes to show what happens there is that they wanted to see the other side
But
of you.
I never got angry with the person because I don't know the person personally to get angry with the person. I don't know if I would offend the person, and I would just brush the person aside and leave it. And the person will continuously do things to get me angry. And I never bothered with it until today. They got me really angry. And then the person told me, I always wanted to get you angry, to hear your reaction, because it turns me on. Lord have mercy.
But then
The
you got-
life I live.
Well, then you got unangry.
No. Then I
So what
I
was-
told her, I said,
What was your reaction?
well, like anything else, I took it for what it meant, and I told her, I said, well, had you told me that before, you'd have seen the wrong effing side of me. Because
Oh, forgiving side.
the wrong fruitful side.
Well,
What can I say?
Taking your time, it's now 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Knowledge and experience. This is what it's all about. When you are listening to Sexplosion here on Power 2.1 FM, the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. Just to remind you folks, Dr. Raj is sitting here in studio, right to visit me, waiting on your calls. for those of you who might have something that is sexual that might be bothering you and would need to get an answer for, what I can tell you, this is the forum for it. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. May I remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised.
You know my favorite sport is cricket, and in cricket you have the ICC. I'm sending this out to a friend of mine called MCC, and she knows who she is. MCC. You know I can't do that, what you're asking me to do. But believe me, if I could, I would.
You would?
Yeah, I would. Well, of course. She wants to... what's happening here? I'm sorry for those folks who are on Instagram. It just went cuckoo. We're going to reconnect. No, it will.
Just switch off?
Yes, one flew over the cuckoo's nest. I'm willing to give my... Is it 10:30 yet? My vagina door. Okay. People are just giving away their vaginas tonight.
Well, it's a Friday.
IH, do you have a soup up vagina? If you do,
Yeah.
we accept it.
Yeah, well, of course we will.
So MCC wants to put something in my mouth.
I wonder what is that?
I have to listen to Kenny Joseph song again.
Yeah.
Like a piece of ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, something chewable.
Yeah, but look on the brighter side.
Something succulent.
Yeah, but look on the brighter side. If you're thinking in terms of Kenny, it's not even Christmas and they want to put something in your mouth.
Yeah.
So that's a plus.
Why, that's a plus. Christmas in March. Wow. So to answer your question, I wish I could. I honestly wish I could. But it can't happen. Naim is on. Wow. Well, if you are getting impatient, come down here. Margaret is on, Sarah is on, Christopher is on, Alison again is watching. Alison, why am I not seeing you or hearing from you? Sharmila is here, Sharon, okay. Alison is my good friend, who I used to talk about a lot. We used to go and hang out by her on a Friday night. I don't know if you went one. I think you went one to that. Shabonas?
Oh, yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Upstairs?
That's new.
Yes. We had a good time.
Oh, great time.
We used to have some good times there.
Yeah.
That's where we had, I had my office dinner one time, I think it was 2004.
Yes,
We had our dinner party there,
the atmosphere was beautiful.
and she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hi, Dr. Raj and Junior, this is PK from Mayaro. PK, how long I haven't seen you? I remember once Archangel and I went to Mayaro, and PK told us about this place. I still have that photograph. Beautiful. Beautiful, up on a hill, overlooking the sea. My God, that place was so beautiful. I wonder if it's still there. Or if it washed out into the sea, I don't know. So PK, if you remember that place, the name of it, please send it to me. I want to go back and visit it. It was just out of this world. I see we had Savi was on. Is she still on? Did she get locked out of heaven? Anna, I have no idea what you're talking about. What you talking about? That last sentence that you sent there, it had me confused.
What, she gave you a GCE sentence?
I don't know. I have no idea what she's talking about. And MCC, I am not doing that. I told you my situation tomorrow, and if you can, you know what you have to do. Hi Raj, kudos to the lady 67 and so sexually inclined. I think so. And this is from who? This is from who? Again, this is from who? Send me your name. Good evening, Dr. Raj and Junior. This is from Shivani. Remember Shivani?
Oh, yes.
But this lady is such a pretty lady in a red dress. Wow. Very beautiful woman.
Lady in red, right?
Lady in red. Red with white. White. Yeah, so PK told, I can't remember why Archangel and I went there. I think we went to visit him. We went to visit a few friends. And he told us about this place. My God. You never see that.
Beautiful.
The beauty of it. I'll show you that photograph. And of course, Archangel is in the photograph.
Well, of course. So
I'll show it to you one of these days.
So the photo was completed.
Totally completed. Yes. It's one of my treasured photographs of her. Yes. One of my treasures photographs. Yes, this is from Shivani again, and Shivani is always on. Oh yes, that's the name of it. Point Radix.
Point Radix.
That's the name of it. Point Radix. Is it still there? Can we visit? I would love to. Oh, I now remember. Only one you took?
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Sure, of course. Why it's not for all ages? Yes, it is. Okay, by law, we have to make that broadcast, but anybody can listen. I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%, sir. But by law, and because of the broadcast license that we have, and because of certain things that were legislated and passed and whatnot, that's why it's so. But I agree with you 1,000%. Okay?
Well, thanks for calling. And then, apart from that, you have parents, certain, not all parents.
They will not agree with
They
him.
not agree with, yeah. So, you know,
And they will think that I am too crass and I shouldn't be talking to their children and giving them advice about sex and whatnot. There are some persons who just naturally hate me, you know.
For no reason, no apparent reason. Anyway, folks, taking your time, it's now 14 minutes after 10 o'clock. You are on the inside of Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM on this Friday evening. Don't forget, Dr. Raj is here. Anything that's sexual that might be bothering you, feel free. Our lines are open. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. If you do decide to send in WhatsApp messages, 740-1961. You can also send in your messages on our website at Power 102 FM. We will receive and air it for you. Yeah.
Junior, you got to remember what time you had a bath today, what cologne you use,
Yeah.
because some of these women here are gorgeous.
Oh.
I made a mental note and I'm going to do exactly that on Thursday and on Friday.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do it on Thursday because Thursday's program starts at 7.
7 o'clock, right? Yeah.
And I had a shower before I came to the program, so I can't do the shower part. I have to look at this woman, Kimberly. Well, I can't show it to her, I don't have permission, but Kimberly is such a beautiful woman. Good evening, Dr. Raj. This is Kimberly just writing to say I'm always locked onto your program. I love it.
Hey. You know, that's a beautiful name when you're making love to mention, right?
Kimberly.
Yeah.
The way you could see it,
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah. Because, you know,
But she's
yeah,
pretty. Wow.
The sooner the better, right?
Sooner the better what? No what? Somebody just interfered with my heart. I have to say that. And MCC, something you just said that just made me
Make you go,
what? No, not make me want to go back on certain things right now.
Okay.
I can't repeat it for radio. It's not radio friendly. Even after 10:30, it's not radio friendly. And it will sell out some of the things.
No,
So we have to leave it like that. Izzy is not saying anything, Izzy's just torturing the hell out of me. Thank you very much.
That's fine.
No, it's good. Izzy is just, she's speaking in photos.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Okay.
She's speaking in photos. And Anna says, yes, Radik's still there. It was, okay. It's real nice. Yes, boy. Yeah, we have to go there. I think that's, well, anyway, Junior, I've been begging you to go and let's meet our fans in Rio Claro and let's go to Point Radix and spend a little time and have a nice little picnic and some lunch and a nice photo shoot or something like that. Let's do something. Don't say anytime I'm ready this Sunday, let's go. You go with some excuse.
No, but you know I work radio on a Sunday. Any Saturday.
No, I can't do it on a Saturday. I work on a Saturday.
See, no.
My clinic is on a Saturday.
That's the
I have
obstacle.
people who are dependent on me on a Saturday. I can't run away on a Saturday.
That is the obstacle we have.
Right.
No, on a Friday.
A Friday, well,
No, it's not a Friday.
Wednesday?
Uh,
No, don't even think about a Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm not going there.
you know.
No. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday
your
is lineman day.
Yeah, Wednesday's your line day. So,
Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Fridays are out. So Anna, how come you never told me you were working there? Such a beautiful place. And Gloria is the beautiful woman. She sent me her name. MCC, you just made me go from here to there, and I'm just feeling to assent to your request. But I can't just put everybody aside when we have phone calls coming here and see what you kind of cookie eye.
no. You know, I'll let you know. When it's blinking like a Christmas tree,
Okay.
then you know we on. What I can tell you that it's now 16 minutes after 10 o'clock. You are listening to the magic of sex education on your number one all around the station for talk and music. Power 102. Powerful, accurate, and reliable. Sexplosion. Our lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with Dr. Raj. Feel free, you can give us a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. You're listening to a program that deals with sex, love, and relationship exclusively on Power 102 FM.
Junior, do you realize that this is now attached to here?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm telling you.
It is.
So it's not going to be. So we can't do what we used to do. You know, they're putting restrictions on us. You know.
The joiner. The joiner. Okay.
Gloria, I saw it and I responded to it, and we are now connected. So what can I say? Wow. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the cologne you wear or what's causing this. Well, you know, I told you that particular office is in St. Augustine, MCC. It's not in your area. It is in St. Augustine. And if you want those things done, it has to be in St. Augustine, nowhere else. So, you have a predicament.
You have to get to St. Augustine.
You have to get to St. Augustine if you want those things done. So that's all I can say for the time being. And Gloria, I just accepted your friend request on Facebook. And the gentleman who had made that comment about the program, let me tell you something about the program. There were times that the powers that be were doing everything in their powers to get this program off the air. You remember that?
Yes, I can recall.
And I had to fight them tooth and nail to keep this program on the air. As a matter of fact, I had to, at one time, the commissioner of that particular agency, I had to ask him, what time do you have sex? Only in the night? Sex education shouldn't be at a particular time of the day and whatnot. And that's when they brought the watershed of over 10:30. There are certain things we cannot say before 10:30 and all these kind of things.
Yes, I could recall that, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big fight. So we know that I know a lot of students listen to this program and pass biology. We have had persons
Yes,
calling
but
and say that.
well, exactly. We have people that called in and said, you know, due to the program and
Yeah.
the information that we
Yeah.
shared out, you know. Well, I can tell you that we are giving our listeners what they want and expect from a good radio program when it comes to sex education. Sexplosion on Power 102 FM. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education. Folks, don't forget our lines are open if you would love to interact with Dr. Raj. Feel free at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. You're listening to a program that's informative, it's educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102. Powerful, accurate, and reliable.
Sheldon, I cannot give your number to anyone or have that person. I don't know who you are, and I can't do that because somebody could be setting up, and we have to be very careful about that. There are times that person would send a number and put their name, and it's not really their name.
We have had that experience in the past.
Yeah, so we have to be very careful. We have certain instructions that are given to us when we are on the air by management, and we have to stick to it. As a matter of fact, recently I was given instructions on certain things. So you don't want to step on anybody's corn.
No,
We don't want the program to come off the air.
No. So we've got guidelines to work with.
Yes.
And we are staying within those guidelines.
So Sheldon, I'm sorry I cannot do that. My apologies for that.
Yeah. Because not meaning anything. You give someone your number and something drastic happens. You know,
We're in trouble.
Where the law have to come into effect. That's a no-gainer.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we were warned about.
So what we are going to do is go back to the lines.
Where I love going back to.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good evening.
You know, I want to say something there. I have something to say. To massage, bench, chair, bed. It's really what we put to the head, you know?
Yeah, it folds. Huh? It folds. You can fold it up.
No, we don't.
Okay, could you you on WhatsApp?
No, I don't know nothing about it. I am just a ordinary reporter.
Okay. Well, I was going to tell you, send me a message on WhatsApp and send me the photograph. I'm interested.
Okay. Oh, okay. I could bring the photograph on a board and show you.
You could do that. My telephone number is 740
Okay.
1961.
Okay, 7404.
No, 1961. 1961.
Okay.
The year Junior wish he was born.
1961.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
And where are you from?
Well, I was born in Colorado. Next year,
Okay, well, right. Well, okay. Well, just bring it to me and show me.
Right, I will bring it. What's the meeting?
At the office?
In Augusta,
10 Carmody Street, St. Augusta.
yes, somebody, I know somebody. Dr. Lee, with Dr. Lee is in your.
No, the building. Yeah, well, okay. All right. Yes.
I say Dr. Lee.
All right. Okay, you know what it is. God.
What I could tell you, thinking of time, 25 minutes after 10 o'clock, just when you thought that your night was over, we decided, hey, look, we're going to put the fun back into it. Taking sex education where it has never been before. Our lines are open, 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Yep.
Junior, have you ever told a woman something that, okay, you can do something to me, but it's only that and nothing more? And when she starts doing that,
Yeah.
you have to break your promise and you have to go beyond whatever the person is doing to you.
But it all depends on where the excitement takes you. Yes, it happens.
That is one of the most difficult things to control.
Oh,
Especially with somebody that you love or somebody that you cherish and somebody that's very near and dear to you.
yes.
And they're doing something to you that you're totally absorbed with and you're enjoying beyond anything else that you could say or do. And
Between that silver lining.
God, boy, my God, I can tell you about that, boy.
Things that make you go,
Easy, stop it. You want me to stop my program now? And MCC.
That's an MCC, that's a new one. You know, when you first mentioned MCC. You know what I thought about, right?
What?
I said, what if we go in cricket?
Well, yeah, that's what I told you. Cricket is my favorite sport, and they have the ICC, and then you have the MCC in Australia, the Melbourne Cricket Group, or
You're right, yeah.
MCG, sorry.
County.
And then you have MCC, and you have MCC.
Yeah, and then you have MC.
You know what the MC. I know where you're going with that, and I'm not going to answer that because you want to set me up. But there's something coming through because I'm hearing an echo suddenly, and I see a light lighting up there in red,
Yeah.
underneath there,
Yeah.
above the green. To the right of the green, watch, it just went on again. And I'm suddenly getting an echo whenever that goes on. And anyway, whatever. You try to figure it out. You're big and you have sense.
Go ahead.
So MCC, I cannot, there is no way I could do that tomorrow. Sunday sounds like a plan. That's all I can say.
Have you covered?
You have me covered.
Yeah.
I look like with what I said out?
No, the traffic light stop.
Oh, the traffic light is stopped. I hope so, because it's bothering me.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're back on track.
We are. I'm not too sure if we're back on track.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 26 minutes after 10 o'clock. The magic of sex education, exclusively on Power 102 FM. Powerful, accurate, and reliable. With the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image, and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine, and folks, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. If you would like to interact with him via the telephone, he's right here sitting exactly opposite me here. Feel free at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you would love to send him a text message or a WhatsApp message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961.
I hope she doesn't do that. I was going to.
Okay, she won't do it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
She won't.
Once you sure about it.
Yeah, she won't do it. Promise you that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I want us to get back because when we started the program, we were speaking in terms of long distance
Relationship, and if it works out, 90% of the time it don't, but that 10% is worth it. It's worth working on it, and it's worth really trying hard to make it work.
Because I could recall in our days.
In your day? Our day?
Our days growing up, you know, we used to have to write letters, as you know.
Yeah, well, it was pen pal, and
yeah.
you have to write letters, and I remember, I still have all the letters my girlfriend used to write me, which is now my wife. I still have all the letters she wrote to me, every single one.
And I know for a fact that, you know, in that style of relationship, in that particular time, it used to go well for about a month. And after a month, you start...
lessons?
No.
The letters lessons, you get less and less and less.
No, well, I'm looking at it from an angle, you know. The letters you used to get before used to say, hi, sweetheart, hi, love. Sweetheart, I love you. And then you start getting, dear Junior.
And then you get dear John.
Dear John.
That happened to you? That never happened to me. My letters increased as time went by.
Your letters increased?
Yeah. From 1 a week to 2 a week to 3 a week.
No, but that was true love.
And I'm talking about pages, not one page,
Yeah.
pages. One of these days I'm going to sit and reread all those letters. Yeah. It will take me about a month to do that, the amount I have, but I'm going to do it.
But it's very, to me, it's relationships now can last much longer than what in in our days growing up. Our days growing up was tough. Anytime your girlfriend or your boyfriend.
I don't think it's easier now in the sense that people are very fickle now, you know.
You feel so?
They're very fickle. And that causes a problem. So that causes a serious problem.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit.
They get involved and they can get sidetracked very easily with different things, and that causes a breakup in situation. Is that a
No.
sort of, I thought I saw something move there. That doesn't sound too good.
No, that don't sound too well. But on the other hand, I like how you put it.
I'm wondering something here now. Wow. The things wonders do it, right?
Now, what you can fill me in, because I haven't seen you on Thursday, yesterday. How is David?
Oh, David is doing fantastic. I'm there on a Tuesday. I've committed myself to be in that area on a Tuesday. Things are working out very nicely for David. Lots of patronage from the area. People are warming up to the store. They're coming to the clinic.
So response.
And the ladies in that area are so beautiful.
The beautiful.
So beautiful. My God, you wouldn't believe. And I'm not talking about physical beauty. I'm talking about just beautiful people. It's good to be friends with them and communicate with them, and you know, it's just wonderful. It's different.
But it's a different style of
Living. Yeah, no, you're right. It's different,
It's
and it's
completely different.
yeah.
And the interaction would be completely different. It's a different.
Although some
mentality.
of them just want a little more than friendship. What I tell you.
I better get an office up there.
You should. You should. This young lady who wants you to. I know she's from South, so she could arrange. She could.
You know I love South people. You know that, right? Ever since you took me to that one day
To David.
in
David.
Yeah.
Right.
I felt, you know, I got a completely different feeling. But then again, you know, I'm not the type of person that travels a lot. Travels a lot when I mean moving from point A to point B here in home here. So when you took me to that environment, it was a complete different feel altogether. But I can say, beautiful, beautiful. I never thought, you know, you see beautiful women in Port of Spain, but you would never thought out of Port of Spain you would see such beautiful people.
Yeah, that's why I like being here. Just different.
I never go to my office.
You will. Well, you can use my office.
What if they put on a white tunic or something?
You don't need to put on a white tunic. You're junior here. They hear your voice and that's it.
Yeah, I wonder if I can open an office up there.
Good evening. Another beautiful woman here, boy. This one is from. I see a lot of mature women are listening to the program and they're interacting with the program. I don't know if they have super or whatever, but they are. Good evening, great program, Dr. Raj, and this is from Sita.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Yes? Can I ask you a question before you go on? Can I ask you a question? How long have you been listening to this program? Well, right. So you know about the angels and whatnot. Well, right. Well, let me tell you why they don't come more often. There is not enough brave women out there anymore. And that's a simple fact. Believe me, if I have them, they will be on, but there is not enough brave women out there anymore. No, I don't want them here. No, I don't want them here. At all. I don't want that. If you want that, that's your business. I don't want it. I don't want anybody who cannot speak English on this program. No, I understand that. I know that for a fact. But I cannot get the persons who I want to commit for that to do it. I can't. And I don't have time for it. Yeah, I would like to do it. As a matter of fact, when Archangel was around, she would do it.
Yes.
And there are some of the angels who would do it, but I don't have anyone who's committed enough to get those to come on the program, and I don't have time for that. I honestly don't. I don't even have time for myself. I believe so too, if I put my mind to it, but I don't have time for myself sometimes. Like, for example, today, I did not even have time for myself. And I was so exhausted. So, yes, you are right, and if I put my mind, I could do it, but it will take a lot of time and effort on my part, which I don't have. I have time and effort for my clients. You see, my life has transformed so much that now the people who needs my help are more important than the entertainment part of it. Well, it doesn't humbug me. I could do whatever I want. So I will see. But thanks very much, and I appreciate what you're saying. And if there are any young ladies out there who want to be an angel on the program, this is the time for you to put up your hand, send me a text message. If you don't want your face shown, of course we know how to do that. Anything you want done, so contact me. MCC, you are. I cannot even answer.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. It will be too devastating to me and to her to answer.
Okay, devastating.
Yeah.
Okay. I can just imagine. Because
No, don't try to imagine. Don't try to
I
imagine.
can just.
Don't try to imagine, Junior, because you have this one. You have no idea.
This one.
You have no idea about this one. This is a strange situation where I can't even explain it to myself.
No, but if you
How can I explain it to anybody if I can't explain it to myself?
You can't explain it to yourself. Well,
Because it's such a, sometimes something is too good to be true.
yeah, it's unique.
It's just too good to be true. So you're wondering if this is the truth, if this person is just telling you things, if it's
You're between heaven and hell.
you're between a rock and a hard place,
That was my second choice.
or the devil and the deep blue sea. Deep blue sea.
Okay, well,
It's those
I could
things.
understand that.
Yes.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 23 minutes before 11 o'clock. The magic of sex education exclusively on Power 102 FM. Now, for those of you who might be listening to Sexplosion for the very first time, Sexplosion is featured here every Thursday and Friday with Dr. Raj on Thursday from 7 p.m. and on Friday from 9 p.m. I can tell you, nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education, exclusively on Power 102. Powerful, accurate, and reliable. So, folks, our lines are open. For those of you who would love to interact with them, feel free. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining.
Anya is on, beautiful woman, and I think she's a South woman. Gloria is on. Janelle, good evening, Dr. Raj and Junior. Gloria says, interesting show, Raj. Natalie says, okay, I see what, I don't know what you see, Natalie. Indra says, good night, Dr. Raj. Neela says, good night, Doc and Junior. Neela, how are you, my beautiful lady? Rohan, my uncle, says, good night, Nev and Junior. That's matches.
Oh, yeah.
So people most friendly, Nev. I know that for a fact. Mira says, hey, good night, everyone. Kimberly says, I'll be an angel. Yeah, right. Some people just say those things at the heat of the moment. And when they think about it, they back out. And Uncle Mole is watching.
Those will be our family.
Yes. Rishi is on, Terence is on, and I don't even know what to call her. That's how confusing this thing is. I don't know what tagline to use to call her. And I have no time to think. It's a crazy situation.
So it's moving that fast.
Nisa is on. It's not moving fast, it's just that you don't know what to do. I don't know the word to use. I honestly don't
I like
know
it.
the, I honestly don't know the word to use.
Well, anyway, what we are going to do, we're going to take a break.
Please do.
And we would be right back with the Sexplosion on Power 102 FM. Powerful, accurate, and reliable.
Here you go, my friend. Oh. I don't know how to respond to this.
Are the problems and destructive anxieties of today tearing you apart? If there was ever a time to readjust your priorities and refocus your vision, it's now. Join Pastor Wayne Sampson on the Visionful Devotional Program every Monday from 5:30 to 6 a.m. right here on Power 102 FM. Jesus is the only one who can give you peace in the midst of today's storm.
Sexplosion is on Power 102 and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. Your largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Well, I can tell you this is what it's all about. Sexplosion right here on Power 102 FM. Powerful, accurate, and reliable. The station that stands out above the rest. Quality nighttime programming, and your number one all around the station when it comes to talk and music. You're on the inside of Sexplosion with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean, and our lines are open if you would love to interact with him via the telephone. Feel free. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you want to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, because you know some of you don't like hearing your voice on radio. Who knows? Maybe your neighbor might be listening and might recognize your voice. Well, you can send him a WhatsApp or a text message on his private mobile 740-1961. You're listening to a program that deals with sex, love, and relationships.
Just got a message of good night, GN. Well, I hope it's good night.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, family.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you were the one, right? Right? Yeah. Loss is what? Yeah, well, listen to us on the telephone. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Raj. What happened is, I don't know if you're aware that the albinos,
Yeah.
they were abandoned by their own people, the black people, and they were sent to Occupy Boy thing, and they were called Occupy, which is white people. It's all actually to do with the color of the skin. Melanin is what gives you the color of the skin, which you want melanin you have darker skin.
Yeah.
So someone tells me that this sort of situation might happen as long as when you look in the food and you can put there. Later you will have lost it. Nobody happened by the way, no. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true.
maybe you can hear what you respond to.
No, what you're saying is true. I know that is what it was, but it didn't at the time it was just this strange seeing somebody that you know one way and you see them in another way.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so that's all it was.
Right, okay, fine. So, just about situation in Dr. Raj. I said I'm producer called Quick. Nobody has seen your program. And in the agenda, I want to hear what's your view on the I'm getting back to the studio that can tell me something. Anyhow, what is happening? I want to find out what is your view. Now, I know you studio and you talk for reincarnation. Why you can do and do things. What is which I call Christianism. You talk about you talk about reincarnation. Why do you talk about the last day and judgment, like after you die, judgment, and then whatever. So I'd like to hear your views on that, if you don't mind me interjecting on that. Okay, Dr. Raj, I'm very much listening to you on radio. Okay, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, Christians used to believe in reincarnation because Jesus Christ reincarnated, and they're waiting for him to come back. So
Simple as that.
simple as that. At one time, Christianity was based on reincarnation and believed in it. It's just that things change. Somebody wake up in the morning and change things. You see, in the Sanatanist faith, nothing can change.
Okay, yeah.
It was the truth then, and it is the truth now, and it will be the truth in the future. Nothing changes. It's the same. You can't change any of the writings or change any of the books or any of the teachings. That's it. That's what it is. You know, he brought that up, and again, the powers that be, if you're listening, well, I have to say this. For thousands of years, Hindus had universities. They knew the value of education, and we have many books that were being taught at these universities. You can take any one of the Vedas and any one of the Puranas and the Shastras and whatnot, and do an entire discourse and learn about things that you never thought you'd learn about. Any one of them. And it's from time immemorial, and it will always be here, and it will always be here in the future. Nothing is going to change that. They try to destroy it. The invaders destroy some of the universities, they destroy some of the temples, they destroy some of the books. But the funny thing about our books, it is not only written, it is passed down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's always there. Nobody forgets it. And these are by learned men who have no other purpose in life than to pass this knowledge down.
And this has been going on for many years, right?
Millions of years, not thousands, millions. So that's just basically it. But if you have a faith that once believe in something and then ridicule it and push it aside, and you're waiting on the Savior to come back, isn't that reincarnation?
That is, yeah.
Well, that's the definition of reincarnation.
Yeah.
But of course, Christians don't like to hear that because it kind of makes them feel as though you're attacking, but it's not attacking, it's just stating the truth. And the truth offends them. The funny thing about it, the truth offends people because they can't accept the truth, they accept lies. It's easy to accept lie, you know, women especially. If you tell a woman something that is a lie, and you create a scenario, and I have given this example to my friend Joel yesterday. I know women who would be blinded by the things that men do, and it's all false. And a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, they see the true nature of the person. But although people were telling them the truth about the individual, they never see it. No, they wouldn't see it. I know individuals who lie to women to get into their pants and continue to lie, and they know that if they lie to women, they'll get through, as opposed to the truth. But I believe in the truth.
Yes, yeah. As we have mentioned.
The truth is something that you don't have to remember what you said. It's the truth.
As a matter of fact, it makes conversation more comfortable because you don't have to put on your thinking cap. That's the most important thing.
I was looking at a show last night because, of course, I came home, I couldn't fall asleep, and my wife is looking at television. She couldn't fall asleep either. And the character in this show, she lies because she's in an important job, a very powerful job. She doesn't want the guy to know that she's a powerful woman because she thinks that the guy wouldn't want to sleep with her. So she tells the guy she's doing a lesser job. And the guy, he's doing a lesser job and tells her he's doing a bigger job. And when the mark busts, it busts with him first. So she's seen him for the lie that he's perpetuating by saying that he has a bigger job. And she don't want him to feel good, so she continues with her lie. But I don't believe in lying. I believe in the truth, and the truth is the truth, and the truth will always be the truth today, tomorrow, and forever.
And as I mentioned, you feel more comfortable by saying that, you feel more relaxed because you don't have to think.
But Junior, I'll tell you something. When I talk about religion and I talk about things of that nature, and persons ask, well, in a sex program, why do you do that? And I talk about the empowerment of individuals and strengthening their resolves and whatnot. It's not I don't desecrate any religion. I don't put anything down, but I tell people as it is, and they have to think about the answer and come up with their own answer. The answer may not be the answer that I want, because I don't want the answer. I am giving you the facts. It may not be the answer that you want, because you may not be comfortable with it, but it is the fact of the matter.
Yeah, that's important.
Right? So sometimes when I tell persons about things that I invented and it's not real, and certain belief system and things I just simply invented it because of a person's hatred or whatever, it's just that. IH, you're fasting. Navratri is almost here. Navratam is almost here. You're fasting. Don't look at things like that.
Yes, do not.
Stick to your fast. And I know GR is listening also, but she's permanently fasting. So what can I say? Pleasant good night to you, Raj and Junior. Very informative program as usual. And this is from NM. I know you want to know about all these initials, these new initials and whatnot.
Yes, you have me
but
baffled.
no, I'll tell you why.
You have me baffled.
Since I have an office in Debe now,
Yeah.
I've been flooded with beautiful women. Gorgeous women of all description. I don't get a rest. I don't know. I told my wife, she said, why are you so excited to go Debe? I said, you have no idea the beautiful women that are down there. She said, oh, that's why.
No, because I'm hearing some initials
That you never heard before.
and we've been sitting here together for
Right. Well, these are new
years.
initials. These are persons I've met over the last week or so, last Tuesday or Sunday or the Tuesday before that.
Oh.
I wonder if they ask me how come Sunday.
They were like, well, I know you were listening to, no, was it Sunday you were listening to me?
Last week Sunday.
Oh, that's last week Sunday.
Yeah, that's Sunday I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's the Sunday I'm talking
That's
about.
the Sunday you're speaking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it. And you had the right
Well, they
you had
all
the
want
right
to know
type.
why Junior has this huge tabanka.
You know, you had that right type of
No,
music. Eh?
they all want to know why Junior has this huge tabanka, that he plays these really heart-wrenching tabanka tunes.
Yeah.
Up to recent as Tuesday night.
Yes.
I had someone who was listening to you and they said, why do Junior plays these things?
And I'm pretty sure a lot of people got lucky.
I don't know about getting lucky or whatever it is.
And I'm pretty sure while you were driving on that particular Sunday, which was the week before, I'm sure you had to hold on to that steering wheel.
No, I didn't have to hold on to the steering. I drive very comfortably.
Relax.
What's that? Something blinking there?
No.
What's that blinking
No,
light?
this one. Anytime that color, the traffic light, we got to go with it. Hello and welcome to SEXPLOSION. Good evening.
Good evening. No, but it is the truth. No, but
right? And some is your practical and some is what you're right? Okay? Most of your explanation is from the vocab.
well, but isn't it the truth what I say?
That's right.
All right. All right. So that's all.
That's why I say I like the answer how your explanation was so perfect.
Well, thank you.
Every time that you lecture on sex from the vocab is just what it is. Okay?
Well, that's another thing. People don't realize that when I lecture from that book, how deep it is. It is deep spiritually, It manifests itself in many different forms. It manifests itself through me. Somebody was asking me a question today.
That's because most of your practical understanding of how it goes.
Because just before I came into the program, a young lady was asking me, how come you just eat meat and you know so much about religion and what? And I said, that have nothing to do with it.
We do have a religion. We
I,
have
a philosophy and a way of life. And I told her, I say, I am of the Kshatriya clan.
yeah, we have a
We are allowed to do that. She says, so you, I say, yes. I say, you may be from the Brahmin clan or another clan, but I know where I am from. I know my lineage.
yeah.
And once you know your lineage, that is important. Then you know your purpose in life. I cannot pretend.
Your father is not backward too.
Right.
Came from that clan.
Right. That's my lineage. So I don't have to pretend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The best food.
Very intelligent.
Yes. My family is very intelligent. And they have that level of understanding and ability to speak. Well, they don't call him doc for nothing.
I mean, your father is a teacher.
Oh, I thought you meant my uncle. Right.
No, father.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, but that's what I tell people. I give them the truth, and they have to decide whether that truth is good enough for them. No, that's why I was telling you. I know it was blinking, so that's why I tell you. I know that. I pick up on that. You know, I could figure out it quickly, you know.
Well, I noticed because because with all those initials that you're getting, they have to figure things out quickly. They know what is positive, they know what is negative, they know what is in between.
MCC is becoming frustrated, and I'll tell you something. In life, there are openings in life, and sometimes a person will ask the question, I know you for so many years on radio and whatnot, and why it is today of all days is the day I choose to connect with you or chat with you and whatnot. And I told them, I said, if the stars don't align properly, for that to happen, it will never happen. And that's what people have to understand. There is an alignment of the stars. There is a need that has to be perpetuated in the cosmos for things to happen. So although you may know someone for years, and it has been happening to me regularly over the last month or so, that persons I never even had an inclination towards, it's suddenly happening that they have an inclination towards me, and all kind of things are happening. And one such thing happened to me recently, and I was telling my wife about it, and she said, you know, you're the only person she could really talk to. And I was like blown away by that. I was like, you serious? I said, I never thought about that. She said, yeah, you might be the only person that she could talk like that, to have that interaction with. I was like, oh my God. But again, it's when the stars align. So nothing happens by chance. Nothing is a mistake. And MCC has to understand that, because there is an alignment and there's a reason and there's a reaching out and whatnot. And persons are sometimes frustrated because it doesn't go their way. And it happened to me recently with someone, and when it was revealed to me, after, you know, sometimes anger or frustration will make you think in a particular way, and when you really digest whatever it is and you say, wait a minute, let me look at it from a different perspective, you see the truth in it. And that's what you have to do at times. You have to see the truth in things that are happening, so that you become a better individual, you become a stronger individual, you understand things in a different way.
And you look at things from a different angle.
Correct. And we need to do that. So we have, if you're going to bed, can't you take us? Right, and pleasant good evening from Ryan, my biggest fan from Valseed. Okay, Ryan, thank you for that. Good night, Dr. Raj and Junior. My name is Alana. I am from a fan of your program. Continue informing us. Where all these beautiful women just suddenly coming out of the woodwork. The alignment is there.
That's a nice place to come on top, eh?
The woodwork.
Yeah, the woodwork.
I thought it was a nice thing to go. Ah, boy, Junior.
I tell you.
And folks, for those of you will be getting broadcasts from me from time to time on my programs and things that are happening. So please, whenever you get it, you don't even have to respond, but listen to the program, tune into the program. This program is on every Thursday and Friday night on Power 102. Thursdays from 7 to 9, Fridays from 9 till 11. We're here to inform, we're here to educate, we're here to show you a good time.
Yes, it does.
We're here to tell you things that you may have never heard before.
Yep, yep.
And it's not only sex education, but it's also empowerment of all the individuals out there, men and women. To me, it doesn't matter race, color, creed, or class. It doesn't matter to me. And if one looks at my past and my friends and my acquaintances and those who are very close to and those who have impacted on my life or have impacted on their life, they'll see a myriad of persons of all race and religion, all background, male, female, everything.
Yep.
And it is who I am. And my childhood friends are still my friends today. For example, Davis Emil is my friend since I was, 11 years of age?
Yes, yeah, well,
His brothers, his two brothers were friends with me even before that, since I was 7 years of age. And
okay.
we're still friends.
Wow.
We're still friends to this day. So,
Emil, yes, we go.
Yes.
And Emil have been listening to this program many years.
many years.
Yeah, I know that for a fact.
Yeah, so Davis, pleasant good evening to you, to all the other folks out there. Pleasant good night. We have reached the end of our program. Until next week, stay tuned. Those of you who are getting the broadcast from me, please respond to it. And for those of you who are interested in our event coming up on the 30th, send me a WhatsApp message, send me a text message. Let me know of your interest. We have limited seats, 24 seats as a matter of fact. That's what we said.
Okay, yeah.
Come in, have a good time, enjoy yourself. It's interactive, but you don't have to participate. Come and just have a good time.
Yeah, just as the young people would say, just come and just chill.
Just come and chill.
As simple as that.
Chill.
Yeah.
Good night.
You've been listening to Sexplosion on Power 102 FM with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj, from of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. On your number one all-around station when it comes to talk and music, Power 102 FM, powerful, accurate, and reliable. How about you tagline on
I get it.
Yeah. You know your boy always come up with some tagline.
I listen to it. I hear different things as we say now.
Yeah.
You don't say the same thing
No.
that you used to.
How about you tagline for them? Powerful, accurate, and reliable.
Ow!
Yeah, I know he's a man that watches news, and he's that guy got the gun, boy.
I don't want to watch that. I can't watch that.